Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ricky Senpai and this is Nesianz Gaming. Basically this video was just to kind of get it out there in terms of the things that we are doing. If you haven't noticed already in our channels, we have been playing different games, doing a lot of things, but it's more so just wanting to let you guys know that there is another side of Nesianz Gaming, which is the anime side. It's an entertainment medium that we thoroughly enjoy. And a lot of the things that we do watch and we do play, it's almost in a sense kind of related to anime in a way. So it's kind of like, we're wanting to just kind of balance everything out, but because, I enjoy watching anime more, reading manga more than I do gaming, so I think it's kind of fair that, we kind of balance it out and kind of bring this back to the forefront, because it's always been something that we set up from the very start to cover. And being so, it's not that the gaming content is going to be lessened, it's more so the other members in the team are going to pick up and going to continue with that. But as for me, a lot of the things that I will be talking about or making videos about, and certain things are going to be related to anime, and the way that I'm going to be structuring a lot of things that I do is going to be related to anime, which is through gaming or watching anime itself, or reading manga, or just news and stuff, because it's a thing that I'm really passionate about. It's a thing that I enjoy watching or doing in my spare time, so it's only fair that it kind of gets its upside to the channel. But it's not to let you guys down when it comes to the gaming stuff, because that stuff is still very important to the group, but we have certain guys who are dedicated to that stuff. So as for the content that we got going on now, I'm just going to be focusing mainly on the anime side. So yeah, let's get into the video. Well, basically this video it's about a new anime that's just come out. It's called Goblin Slayer, and in a way, it is kind of controversial, because a lot of the topics, oh, not a lot of topics, but one topic in particular in this anime is kind of setting people off the wrong way. So I watched, I think 3 episodes have come out, and I've watched them all, and yeah, it was, I'm not too sure, but it's really full on. If you don't have the mental capacity to kind of just dissect what you're seeing on screen, I think it's gonna take you by surprise, because it's the type of thing that if you're not really mature in the head, or you're not really mature in thinking, then you're gonna kind of see it the wrong way. But I think for the show that it's for the show that it is, and I think for the kind of theme or the kind of thing that they're going for, I kind of think it does do it justice, and that's not to say that I don't have a heart, because the scenes in Goblin Slayer is it's really grotesque, and if you can't handle it, then I'm afraid this might not be the anime for you. But if this is something that I'm not too sure, if this is something that you like, that I'm about to explain and talk to you about, then feel free to go out there and give Goblin Slayer a watch, because from what I've seen, first impressions, I try not to expect too much from a lot of things that I watch, but with this one here, after hearing the controversial things that are going on with it, I decided to kind of I might as well just give it a watch. So after giving it a watch and finishing episode 3, was it last night, it kind of made me feel uneasy, but because if you're the type that's seen almost everything the anime kind of touches and explores, like there's a lot of things that anime explores, they're not afraid to touch into the real dark things, to the real, it just doesn't matter in this realm. But this is the kind of thing that kind of sets people off, and I understand if people feel uncomfortable, but it's a topic that is widely discussed after watching this. So I'm just gonna say it, so, and I do with the most respect, say this in the most respectful way, and that with this anime, it touches on the topic of rape. Yeah, I know, it's controversial, and me just saying it out there, I think it's a bit heavy-hearted for a lot of people who know family members or have been around or kind of near that type of ugly thing that is rape. But this anime really touches on that thing, and I was so surprised, because from the looks of it, I haven't read the manga for this, but from the looks of it, you just kind of set off in a real awkward tone, and you're just wondering what's going on, and then you see certain things happen in the first episode, and I'm just blown away. it just comes right at you, and it's not usually, you know, a lot of the things that I watch, you know, aren't really, you know, kicked off from the first, you know, from the first get-go. But from this, you know, for this anime, you know, it starts you off, you know, starts you off in the hot seat, and you're kind of just sitting there wondering, like, what, you know, what the hell am I watching? But yeah, it touches on the topic of rape, you know, and if that's something that you feel, you know, disheartened about, you know, and I do apologize, you know, for bringing it up, you know, because I know there are a lot of people that, you know, that dislike the topic. But for a anime like this, you know, and I'm not condoning it or saying that anything of the nature is right, but you know, the way this anime, you know, is kind of thought out and it's kind of set, you know, it's like a real darkish world, you know. It kind of sets the tone when you watch this, because you either A, you watch the first episode and you dislike it, or B, you watch it and you kind of wondering stuff like, man, this is this gonna explore more into the deeper side, you know, of the main character. And the main character, which his name is Goblin Slayer, he is a really interesting character, you know, because he does have a backstory of the things he's been through, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of like a concoction of, you know, mixed emotions, sadness, monsters, terror, and the controversial issue that I was talking about, which was, you know, rape. So, you know, I do apologize if that comes off a little bit, you know, a little bit harsh, but it's something really controversial, and it's more so, you know, me giving my opinion on this. And you probably heard for the last minute or so my opinion, you know, what am I even talking about? But you know, for this anime itself and the way it's trying to push the agenda of its plot on you, I think if it's understood the right way for people who watch it, then they will understand how this ties into the person who is Goblin Slayer, because he is a badass. You know, he kind of reminds me of you know, no disrespect to anyone who likes Berserk, but he kind of reminds me of Guts a little bit. You know, he's just cold, calculated, you know, just wants to get everything done and just slaughters everything in his path. So it's a tough watch for someone who isn't, or who hasn't been exposed to the subject, but you get more satisfaction in the fact that you have a, you know, that you have a hero or a main character like Goblin Slayer who just utterly destroys all the evil in this thing, and it's kind of who you kind of ride with, you know. But yeah, so, you know, if you are out there and you still kind of, you know, second guessing whether or not you should give Goblin Slayer a go, give it a watch. You know, it's if you can handle it, you know, if you can handle that kind of, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, because, you know, it's more so, I think it will suit more, you know, the older audiences, you know. Maybe not so much the young, because, you know, it's really graphic in certain things, and it's the kind of things that if you have no understanding of what is being discussed in the anime in terms of that controversial subject, then I don't think it's gonna, you know, I honestly don't think it's gonna do you any good. But that's my first impressions. I'm excited for the next few episodes, and I do hope that, you know, that they keep going, you know, they keep going, because I'm keen to see Goblin Slayer just rip everyone into shreds, because he is the guy who's pretty much gonna lay down the law for anything going on and anything controversial. And I hope, you know, so for any of the manga guys who've already read the manga and finished it and complaining watching this video saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, mate, I'm gonna give it a watch, and regardless or not if you know what you're talking about, you know, I'm gonna give my opinion. So I haven't read the manga, I'm just putting it out there. You know, I'm gonna watch it and continue watching it and give my thoughts on it. But if you like the content you see, you know, please support our channel by liking, you know, by commenting, you know, even just sharing our videos, because it's something that we really do enjoy making. But for more so, for everything that you guys have seen, I know we've made a lot of gaming, you know, a lot of gaming content, you know, but I just want to promise and reassure you guys that there is going to be more anime content coming, you know, because, you know, coming up the next season, there's a lot of really good stuff coming up. You know, I'm looking forward to the new One Punch Man. I'm looking forward to the new season of Attack on Titan, you know, the new episode, you know, the new season of My Hero Academia, which is, yeah, my favorite anime at the moment. But there's a lot to watch and a lot to dissect, you know, so there's going to be a lot of reviews coming out, you know, there are going to be like a lot of first impressions video coming out, and just the more, you know, just focus on anime. But it's, you know, I'm excited. So I just want to thank you guys for supporting us, and if you do like what you see, as I said before, please like, comment, and share our content, you know, to people you know who like it. It really means a lot to us. So this is Ricky Senpai, and as always, sweet ass.